It's our weekly episode, comes out on Thursdays, where we make picks for the upcoming games. Darren, let's dive right into this week's matchups in the SEC. An 11 o'clock game on ABC. The Florida Gators travel to Austin to face the 5th-ranked Texas Longhorns. And Darren, what is that by the number 5? Is that a Nutria rat?
I was wondering if I was going to be able to sneak him in. How long it would take me? That is our good friend, from Louisiana. How do we not celebrate Nutria rights, right? So it hit me that we have not been showing to this point in the season who is the favorite team. Even though it's all the information is out there, we want to include it in our information as well. So who better to point out who the favorite team is in each matchup each week than our good friend Boudreaux? How Louisiana is that? Boudreaux, the Nutria Rat, is now setting up camp beside or over the top of whichever team is the favorite team. So
welcome to the show, Boudreaux. I think I've seen some of your family members alongside the road crossing over bayous and
swimming through the duck pond.
Florida is hoping to get DJ Lagway back for this game. That's a big if. Hamstring injuries, those are tough. So, Darren, who do you like in this one?
I think even if Lagway comes back, like you said, it's a hamstring injury. How effective is he really going to be? I mean, his legs bring so much to the game. I think this is definitely a Texas win. How about you, Ben?
Texas, it's going to be a big win. The 2nd-ranked Georgia Bulldogs travel to Oxford to face the 16th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels in a monumental game in the SEC.
Absolutely.
Ole Miss cannot afford another error. Their playoff chances are very slim. Is that enough to propel them to a victory over the Bulldogs? Who do you like in this one, Darren?
I tell you, it's pretty incredible that Ole Miss is averaging over 550 yards a game in offense, but I don't think Lane Kiffin can beat Kirby Smart, and I think this game is going to be that simple. It could end up being a close game. That wouldn't overly surprise me, but no matter how close it gets, I think ultimately Georgia wins. How about you?
I may sound like the guy who was a pessimist and said, one day I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And one day he proved to be right. At some point, Lane Kiffin is going to get a big win. We actually had, I think, Darren, you did a standalone episode earlier this season. Big game Lane.
Yep.
You're in Oxford, Georgia with Carson Beck. There's a lot of questions. This we've said this before. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss here. At some point, they've got to win. Now, is that going to be good or bad for Ole Miss? They beat Georgia. Does that the folks down in Florida? Does that mean they clamor even louder to bring Kiffin down to Gainesville? I don't know, but come on, Ole Miss. Yeah. Let's get a signature win. Come on, Jackson Dart. Let's get this done. I'm going to go with the Rebels.
Lane Kiffin's agent hopes you're right, no matter which team he ends up signing with, because it's going to help him out a lot.
All right. The South Carolina, off an impressive win against the Aggies, travel to Nashville to face the bowl-eligible Vanderbilt Commodores.
Yay! Anchor down.
Too bad there's not odds. This would be a great thing to bet on. Who's Darren going to pick in this game?
I don't think you'd have to bet on it. I think.
No. Vegas wants no part of that.
No, they want to make money. This is my upset pick of the week. I think Vanderbilt. Yes, South Carolina's favored. I think they're favored by 3.5. But these two teams are so closely matched. You can look at it in just about everything they do, and I think home field is the advantage here. So I think Vanderbilt pulls it off. I think this is a Vanderbilt win.
Yeah, I wonder if South Carolina's going to have a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
And I believe the Vanderbilt defense with Clark Lee at the helm, they're not going to try to tackle Sanders and Sellers up high. Those guys are way too big. Vanderbilt, very fundamental on the defensive side of the ball. I think the Commodores pull off a big, big win.
Thank you. I like that pick a lot.
A 6 o'clock game on ESPN. The Mississippi State Bulldogs travel to Knoxville to face the 7th ranked Tennessee Volunteers, who are cruising right now
Yeah.
on all cylinders. Darren, who you like in this one?
As much as you want to see, just for the sake of the program, Mississippi State be a little bit competitive in this game, show some improvement. I think that's the most you can hope for if you're a Mississippi State fan. I think this is a clear Tennessee win. Like I said, I hope for the cowbell ringing dogs that it's not an absolute blowout, but I think that's a concern. I think this is going to be a definitive Tennessee win. How about you, Ben?
Is there anywhere written down the record number of times that Rocky Top was played at a game?
I'm gonna be honest. If it was probably against Vanderbilt at some point.
Yeah.
If that record exists, you thinking they might exceed it this weekend?
I like what Jeff Lebby's doing with the
Yeah.
Mississippi State offense.
Yep.
That defense, though, we've talked about it before. That
Oof.
defense is horrible, and the offense is running into one of the best defenses in the
Yeah.
SEC. This is going to be a big win for
Absolutely.
Tennessee.
Tennessee might have 400 yards rushing by the time this game's over with.
A big night game, a playoff elimination game. The 11th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide travel to Baton Rouge to face the 14th ranked LSU Fighting Tigers.
Boy, talking about a big game. It's a big game.
On so many levels.
Yeah, that's exactly right. On so many levels. I tell you, I'll let you pick last, so you can say as much as you want to say about the game. But I think our picks are going to be similar, are going to be the same. I'm going with LSU in this one. We talked in our earlier episode this week about night games in the SEC, how important they are, how much they lean toward the home team when the visiting team gets into that kind of environment. And I think that's especially true when you head to Death Valley at night. And I think that's going to ring true in this game. I think it's an LSU win. How about you, Ben? Who are you going to pick?
Statistically, the teams are very evenly matched. It's
Venture.
going to come down to execution. Who's able to execute?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come down to coaching. There's going to be a chess match going on here. Brian Kelly has to win this game.
Yeah.
Has to win this game. So I'm going to go with LSU pulling off the victory. Another night game, 6:45 SEC Network. The Oklahoma Sooners travel up north to face the Missouri Tigers. Oklahoma 5-4, looking to get bowl eligible. Missouri at 6-2, but still somewhat of a disappointing season for
Yeah.
them compared to the expectations. Darren, who do you like in this one?
I'm concerned about the Oklahoma defense matchup versus the Missouri offense, but I think I'm more concerned about the vice versa of that. Oklahoma's offense being able to do anything against this Missouri defense. Now, this is not some generational defense of Missouri, but they've been a strong defense, and I think any strength in defense has given Oklahoma trouble, and I think that will continue. Again, this is one of those games that I think is going to be close, is going to be enjoyable to watch, and I think the home team squeaks it out. So I'm going to go with Missouri, just strictly because of the home field advantage. How about you, Ben?
I think the Sooners are taking steps in the right direction. I still love their defense. Now the offense seems to be playing better. Jackson
Mm-hmm.
Arnold is where he should be. I like the Sooners going up and pulling off an upset here and becoming bowl eligible.
Giving them the old boomer sooner, are you?
Absolutely. Those are our picks for this week. Be sure to make your picks. Let us know how your picks compared to our picks. And
Mhm.
hey, if you did much better on predicting the winners than we did, be sure to let us know in the comments. Regardless, hit that like button, that subscribe button, so you
Absolutely.
stay up to date when new episodes come out every week. Also, bonus episodes that come out from time to time.
Hmm.
Until next show, y'all enjoy a great weekend of college football. We'll see you next week.